welcome back to the Bullhucker podcast. I'm Bruce Lundstrom.
And I'm Nancy Cougar.
And we have a guest today.
Do we ever have a guest?
You brought a guest today, didn't you?
I did. I did.
Name him out.
So this is my friend Ty Davies from the high school.
What's up, Ty Davies?
How you guys doing?
So good. We're so happy to have you.
The football coach.
The football coach.
state-
That's one of the titles.
The state champion football coach.
Yeah, that did happen. Yeah, that was.
Yes.
really
I even wore
awesome.
the shirt for you today, Ty.
You did. That's
I
awesome.
did. We have shirts made and everything that say championship.
Personal assassin? That's what Dencia said? No? Yes?
You hate it, don't you? We talked so much shit before that because, Brush and Fort Morgan were really close, and
Yep.
but in going into it, and I was like, I think we're gonna do it. Like, Brush ain't got shit. Born and raised a beat digger, born and raised a Mustang, so you know
There you
where
go.
our hearts are.
Yeah, the tradition is pretty unbelievable. I played with a bunch of beat diggers in college, so.
Oh,
You
really?
did?
Yeah, it's the football out here is awesome. So yeah, what a year for both schools. So
94 is when I graduated.
I graduated in 02. So
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he's a bye-bye.
Where'd you play college ball at?
Western State.
Oh, so you played with the Strauss, right? Or no? No, I mean-
Ginther, Finley,
okay.
Cummings. Yeah,
Okay.
they're all up at Western. Yeah,
Oh, wow.
I didn't
good
know
guys.
that.
Yeah,
That's cool.
There's
well, Morgan County history
brothers,
there.
the Ginthers, right?
Yeah, James didn't play, but he was up there for a while too. Good guy.
Okay.
Great family. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Little history there.
But we're here to talk about Fort Morgan winning. And Larry, I actually have a surprise for you that I asked Ty to. Do you have it?
Oh, I do.
Did you bring it?
It's in my bag. Can I
Go
go
get
grab
it.
it?
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Just so you know, she made me do this.
I did.
Okay.
I did.
I already hate her, it's fine.
I actually said this like 3 times. I was like,
Is it the state champion trophy?
no,
Oh.
it is not. I should have though, and a banner and all of that. This is the ring.
Kiss the ring.
Check this out. Is this not the coolest thing ever?
Yeah, it's there you go. Don't worry, I got a free one, so we can
Yeah.
buff that out.
It is. Aren't they cool?
That is pretty cool.
And they have their names in it and everything. You know what I didn't realize? That every single person that even went got one.
Yeah, we tried to make sure everyone who was a part of it, and
That's how football teams work there, Dencia. You know?
Well, you would think just the people that actually, I don't know,
What?
played.
there's so much that goes into it. I always say it's like having a small army. So it's
Yeah.
even a high school football. It's ridiculous.
How did it feel winning?
Honestly, it was man. You want to talk about emotions, but it was amazing. Just the stories that go into it, and even now looking back, I think my favorite part is just thinking about little moments that happened, and people who did little things that
Right.
if they didn't do it, it never would have happened. And this is kind of a culmination of even going back to part of what I'm going to talk about today. But high school for myself, we lost in the state championship, and my dad was the coach, and
Oh, wow.
all that stuff, and yeah, it was just amazing, and to do it with my little brother on staff, my dad, and then,
Very cool.
Yes.
this
Look, I
group
got
of seniors we
goosebumps.
had.
I just love
Yeah.
it. And I think what I like the most, what I have seen come out of this, is the brotherhood of all the boys at the school. And I'm sure you kind of feel like a dad, right? Just so proud of them. So proud of them.
100%, yeah. And that's the thing. This group, they weren't the biggest. They weren't probably the most talented, but man, I've been here 4 years, so they were freshmen. My first year being the head coach, and their buy-in, and just how much they cared about each other and believed. That's why it happened. So that
Absolutely.
it couldn't have happened to a better group of young men.
And then
that
they'll always
represent us.
have that connection too,
Yeah, for sure. So
So you lost. You never won a championship as a player.
no,
That's tough.
playing for my dad. I was trying to think. I think in my 4 years in high school, I lost 5 games.
Oh, man.
But we were really close and just
Right.
didn't do it. And coaching with him at Broomfield, we were so close so many times. So it was just kind of a culmination of all. I had people calling me that I played with in Broomfield that were before me at Broomfield. I had kids from Crowley County where I coached before I came here, and the people who reached out and just felt like, I don't know, they were a part of it, or just kind of the culmination of it happening was really cool. So
We lost 2 when I was in high school, state championships.
Oh,
Really?
man.
We went to 3, yeah. So
And you lost 2?
It's brutal, huh?
yeah, no, it's a gut-wrenching feeling.
That was one of the hardest things I've ever been through. And our group was the same way. That's all we ever wanted to do, and that's all we worked on. And
Right.
it was a super close game. We could have won it. It just it was tough. So it was crazy. I mean, even on the way home, there was this song, Leonard Skinner's song, "Simple Man," and it was kind of like our song growing up and in high school. And I'll be honest with you, I hadn't listened to that song since I was a senior in high school.
Really?
And I was driving home with my wife, my kids, and my dad, and that song came on, and it was the first time I listened to it since my senior year of high school. And
Right.
I'll be honest, I was
Did it just come
bawling
on
like
randomly?
a baby. Yeah, just
See, that
randomly
that's
came on,
something.
and it was weird. It was kind of like I was releasing everything. I don't know. It was a really cool moment
all
too.
that built up emotion and
Yeah,
everything.
yeah, it was really, really cool. So yeah.
Do you feel like now, though, like as a coach, it's going to be like you always want that expectation? Are you like, okay, I had it one time, like this is okay. Like if it happens again, good. But now, do you want it more and again? Right?
Yeah, this is quite the experience. Honestly, I've never been here, and trying to rebuild and regroup is very, very interesting. And I just think the nature of football and the coaches I have, the wonderful staff in our community that's the drive. Now, being realistic, is very, very difficult to do that. But yeah, that's the goal, and that's what you work for. I think you're able to, after the year or even years back, you can kind of look back, and there's groups we've had at all the schools we've coached at where just getting to the playoffs was like, how did we even do that?
Yeah.
Right.
So every year is very, very different, but going on a ride like that, I just, that definitely will be the goal from here on out. So.
Well, 2 things. A, it's nice that your underclassmen have that experience, though.
Yeah.
They know what it's been like. B, what did you think? What kind of question is that?
I don't know.
Do you think
I guess I just think like because this would be such a big like expectation to have every year.
Do you
Like,
think
how could
he-
you set yourself up? Because you would, I don't know, you would want it, but also like you don't want to be disappointed.
Do you think he walked on the bus after they won the championship? He's like, man, that was amazing, guys. Hope that shit never happens again.
Yeah, I do.
I don't know
Because
if you guys-
honestly, I am emotionally exhausted and I can't do it again. So good thing, one and done.
Oh, I swear to God.
Yeah, even as amazing as it is, that was, you want to talk about a long grind of a football season.
Right.
Holy cow. But
And the time,
well worth it.
and the energy. And what I like too is that you were able to like take your kids and have them experience that with you. I think that's
Oh,
cool.
100%. Yeah, I wouldn't have. That's just, my wife, I'll be honest, she was the one who, when this job came open, I was kind of in a different place with coaching. I took a year off, and I didn't really know if I was going to. And some kids were going to be seniors, Isaac Linker, Donovan Moya, JP Hamer. They came and asked me to do it, and I went home, and I was like, and my wife was like, no, this is what you're supposed to do, honey. And, for her to be that rock, because if you've never done it, people don't understand that a football coach it's for me, it's all year too, the weight program, everything else we do. And then in season, it's brutal. Saturday we start game planning and we're gone for 5 or 6 hours. And then on Sunday, me and my dad I am not home at all. And she's the rock of our family, and she's the one who pushed me to do it and keeps our family together. And it's hard sometimes. My little guy, he's getting older now, but like 2 years ago during football season, like halfway through, honestly, he gets like bitter.
Oh.
Like, yeah, he gets like angry
He sees
because
the players.
I'm not around, and
Yeah.
that a couple of years ago, I was struggling a little bit because that's hard,
That's a lot of time
Yeah.
to give up of yourself.
It is, but
It's very
it's
selfless.
like you said. Well, I don't know about that, but I just, the coaches I had and some of the teachers I had. It's when people ask me, why do you coach? Why do you teach? I think about, my experience that I got, and man, where would have been, without some of those teachers and coaches. I wasn't exactly an angel and
Right.
the best student, and school wasn't easy and all that. So, I think the value of teachers and coaches is pretty big. So,
100%.
Immeasurable.
Yes. And I'm like a firm believer that like we all have like callings of like what we're good at, right? And connections and like what you do. And then for you to like do that and then to have the support of your family, like it's just the way it's supposed to be. And obviously your wife sees it and she knows that's where you're supposed to be. So
What's the wife's name?
Audra.
What's up, Audra?
good job, Audra. We salute you.
Dang straight.
Well, before we get going any further, welcome to the Bullhucker podcast. What the podcast is, we bring on a guest. Today's Ty Davies. What's up, Ty?
Yeah.
Ty's going to tell us 3 stories about his life. Now, the kicker is only 2 of these stories are true. One's either borrowed, partially made up, or all the way made up. Now, without going into great detail, Ty, what is it? Is it borrowed? Is it partially made up, or all the way made up? Don't go into a lot of detail. Half, okay. Partially made up. Okay. So it's half true, half not, which is tough.
That is tough. That is tough.
The toughest ones are the borrowed stories because they are a true story. They're just somebody else's story.
Right.
So it's partially made up. And at the end
This
of the
guy gets
podcast,
really confused.
I hate you sometimes. So at the end of the podcast, Dency and I are going to try and guess, and I'm going to get this one right. I'm going to kick your ass this time, just so we're on the up and up, just so we know. Okay.
This is great. I love how competitive you guys
Yeah.
are. This is perfect. I'm right in here. This is great.
Yeah.
Around episode 30 something, we were still nice to each other, and then it just broke off at one point in time. You know. So
Wait till episode 100, Ty. This is my idea. We are going to drink and podcast. So once we get about like 6 drinks in, him and
There
I'll
you
get
go.
real honest. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought you said that there was going to be drinks. Did I misunderstand that? I thought that's why.
Yeah, but we should.
well, we should
loosen them up.
Yeah. We're going to call that one the Bull Drunker. So it's going to
Special episode.
be
Yes.
especially it will be an editing nightmare is what it'll be. Ty. So because nobody wants to lose their job. Let's be honest with ourselves. So, but you can find all our stuff on the bullhucker.com. If you're watching this on YouTube, on the bottom right hand corner is a little red dot. That's our subscribe button. Go and hit that because that's
It's a little click for you and a big click for us.
thank you, Miss Dencia.
You're so welcome.
And no matter where you catch your podcast on, what platform, please make sure you follow us. We do appreciate it. And Dency will give you a big hug whenever she sees you on the street.
If you leave a review, we may or may not like it. If it's good, we will acknowledge it. If it's bad, never saw it.
We're going to shit all over you. That's what's going to happen on the street.
I will shake your hand and Larry will shit all over you.
So, Ty, are you ready to tell some stories?
Yes.
All right. Let's
go.
Name them off, Dencia.
All right, we got I Gotta Go, which could be either a couple things. 2, Respect the Forehead. And 3, I Can't Hear You.
All right. So I picked first last time, I believe.
Okay.
So it's on you, Dency, Kim John.
What's calling my name right now is Respect the Forehead.
Respect the forehead.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So I by the way, it's pretty crazy thinking back on your life and stories.
Is
It's
it?
kind of a fun day, to be
Yeah.
honest with you, today,
Right.
going through all this. But out of respect for my wife and my parents, I decided to go with a football theme here, so
Okay.
they can walk around town. So, yeah, these in one way or another kind of relate to football. So,
Okay.
Respect the forehead. My wife, I met her in college. She was a basketball player, played with my sister, and I was fortunate enough to go up there and play football. And she's from Kansas, and after I proposed and decided we were going to get married, we got married in Lawrence, Kansas. And a lot of my friends were all over the place at that time, and nowadays it seems everybody like goes on a destination for your bachelor parties and all that stuff, but not back then. So all my buddies showed up
At your house.
about 3 days before the wedding in Lawrence, Kansas. So you kind of imagine it was a long 3 days for me. Very happy I made it to the
first time
rehearsal
you're
dinner.
seeing them.
Some of them.
Yeah, okay,
Yeah, in a
okay.
while. Some of them, wow. Like one of my buddies is overseas and all that. So it was 3 very long, hard, fun nights. The wedding was no different. And we had kind of made all our plans and went to the Bahamas for our honeymoon. And we went right after the wedding, which I don't recommend. So we left, we didn't have a lot of money, so I think our flight was like, we're leaving out of Kansas City at like 4:30 in the morning or
Of
something.
the night of your wedding?
No, after our wedding.
Okay, right.
Yeah.
Like
But
you
the
left.
morning of the next morning.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Like, don't ask me who
Yeah.
planned that.
Ouch.
So To Atlanta, down to the Bahamas. Never been through any of that stuff before out of country, the whole passport stuff. I'm grouchy. I know that's hard to believe, but I'm super hungover, miserable. Haven't slept in 3 days.
Your kidney hates
and,
you.
yes. And the airport there was kind of small, and we get off our plane and we're going out, and there's like this huge crowd of people, and we're fighting through it, and I'm like, grab Audra's hand, I'm like, here, follow me, and I'm like pushing through people, and I pop out of this crowd, and there's Peyton Manning. And
wow.
Backstory, this is before Broncos and all that, and I got to tell a little bit of the truth here. I might not have been the biggest Peyton Manning fan. You might say I strongly disliked Peyton Manning at that time.
Respect, brother, respect. I'm the same way.
Yeah.
Really?
I love Peyton Manning in the orange and blue. When he played for the Colts, man, I deeply hated him.
Right?
Okay.
I didn't know all that about him, and I felt like he threw his teammates under the bus a little bit after some playoff games. But I pop out, and he's huge. Like, I look up at him, and he's looking at me like waiting for me to say something. And I don't know why, but celebrities, I usually I like let them be. I don't,
Yeah.
So I look at him and I just like, a little nod, and I keep walking. And we get about 10 yards behind him, and I look at Audra and I go, oh my goodness, that was Peyton Manning. And my wife, not knowing that the people standing behind Peyton Manning was Archie Manning, Peyton's mom, Peyton's wife, and what's the other brother's name? Not
Cooper.
Cooper. There you go.
Yeah.
Their whole family's standing there.
Oh, wow.
And we literally, Audra's to my left, Archie Manning is right next to Audra, my wife. She's gonna be mad, and she goes, "Oh my God, don't you fucking hate Peyton Manning?" And we kept walking. And I turned, and Archie just turned and was just glaring at us. And, we walked off, and I go, Audra, do you know who all those people are? I go, that's Mom Manning, Dad Manning, brother, wife. Yeah, so.
Well,
gotta respect the forehead.
He's right there.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
He's deeply hated because every time Denver, are you a Bronco fan?
Little bit. I got to be honest, not a huge NFL guy, but
Okay. But every time Denver would go to the playoffs, Peyton would just kick the crap out of him. That's why I hated him. And my buddy Ed Goff is a massive Peyton Manning fan. So I met this girl online, and as a joke, she had sent me a Peyton Manning jersey, like a Colts jersey. And I gave it to Ed, and he thought it was the greatest thing ever. So, but yeah. It's,
so we just hate him because, like, he was good. Like, kind of Tom Brady kind of hate? Is that what the thing is?
Yeah, a little bit.
I love him now.
Oh, me too. I like the title. You got to respect him, right?
Yeah.
He's awesome.
My buddy's the one that we went to the game where he retired, officially to the Ring of Fame.
Awesome.
And he signed his jersey. That was my buddy that got the jersey.
He got the jersey?
Ed Goff, yeah. He has his jersey. Yeah, because he said Peyton came out and he told his buddy, go get the jersey. No, the fat guy. He pointed to my buddy Ed, like the fat guy, the big jersey. So Peyton put on the jersey and Stokely was there. They threw one last touchdown at halftime. And he signs the jersey and hands it to Ed.
Wow.
And so, because
that's crazy.
Patty and I were going down there because Ed called me and said, you at the game? I go, yeah. He goes, well, there's 2 empty seats here on the second row. I'm like, we're there at halftime. So I can't find Ed because when that happened, some guys around him started joking, like, we got to kick your ass and take that jersey. And it was just him and his son. His son's 10. So they left early. But yeah, someone offered him like $10,000 on Twitter the next day.
Oh my God. Tell me you sold it.
No, hell no, dude.
Wow.
But anyway, sorry. But that's
priceless.
Right? Yeah.
I got to be honest. I don't know a lot about football. And when I say not know a lot, hardly anything at all. My family makes fun of me. But what I do know is that my husband, my son-in-laws, anybody that likes football does not like Tom Brady unless they're on that side. So every time he would come on, I'd always be like, come on, Tom, we know you can do it. And just get under the skin.
Just getting at everybody. Yeah. Nice.
Yeah.
They hate Tom Brady for the same reason that people hated Michael Jordan, because he just can't beat him.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I mean, I don't like Tom Brady, but the proof's in the pudding, man.
Yep. You know what? You get used to it.
Yeah.
It's a joke, Larry. It's
a
joke.
What? But I'm going to karate kick you. I deeply hope that story's true.
Were
Because
there people around him wanting the autograph?
it's 4 a.m, he said, so it's super early, right?
Well, that's when we
What
left
did
Kansas
you think?
City.
People would notice or no?
Well, yeah,
He was standing by himself.
yeah.
No.
Peyton, maybe. Archie, although Archie's a legend in the NFL,
His own
but
right.
he's an older man now, so I don't know if people would, I don't know if I'd recognize Archie Manning.
No.
Peyton Cooper and the Eli, maybe, probably, but yeah, that'd be tough.
Yep.
You're all, you know what, Audra? I do hate him, and I'm not even going to ask for his autograph. Keep walking. Get me a beer.
Right. Honeymoon time.
Yeah,
That's a great
Beach.
story.
that's a good one. Have you ever had anybody on here that's met Peyton Manning?
Oh, just Ed. I'm sure. I don't know.
I think what I like too is that you like, and when I meet famous people, I don't like to bog them down. Have we met more famous people?
A fair amount.
Really?
Yeah. Peter Forsberg, who may be my favorite athlete of all time.
Nice.
I sat a couple seats from him at a Bronco game once.
Very nice.
Did you get his autograph?
He's probably the only one I ever have because my sister insisted. So
Really?
I went over and asked him to sign a few things. But
That's fair.
I actually got to meet a lot of ex-NFL and NFL guys this year when I got to go to the Pro Bowl.
Oh, yeah, you got to go down on the field.
Yeah, I got to meet a lot of people, so that was really
very
cool.
That's very cool.
Click,
Yeah.
click, 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 click.
Are you easily starstruck?
I haven't met a lot of stars, but I think I'd be pretty dumb. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, wouldn't you?
It depends on the star. There's a handful of them.
Okay, Rodney Dangerfield walks in, you see him.
I'd be
you will
starstruck.
piss your pants. I know this for a fact.
Him, Michael Jordan. I'd have a hard time. Those are the two that I would probably be all stupid around. But
Yeah, there's a whole nother level, right?
yeah. But I mean, for most, I don't know. There's at this point you get old. You get to a certain age where you're just less impressed with a lot of shit. You know what I mean? Like you just like.
I feel like I saw somebody that I thought was on 9 News one time, and I was pretty impressed.
When I worked at the club, Mike Daniels. What's up, Mike? He was the weather guy in Springs, and he used to come to the club, and I thought that was pretty cool that I knew him. Like,
Yeah.
There
I
you
tell
go.
him, like, hey, Mike, why isn't Brush ever on the big map? And one day it was, and I was like, that's because I know Mike Daniels, you know?
I did that.
Yeah. Are you feeling under the weather, Mike?
What do you think about that story?
I mean, I kind of like it. I think it's true. I'm feeling true vibes. I'm feeling it. Are you? What do you feel?
I have to hear a second one.
Yes. Okay.
It's always good to judge. So I know which one I want to hear, so I'm going to
Okay.
pick the other one. I want to put I Can't Hear You.
Okay, I can't hear you. So, my first head coaching job was at Crowley County High School,
Where is that?
Ordway, small school.
Between Pueblo and like Rocky Ford. And all
Just
that.
north of
Okay.
Rocky Ford,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Actually,
Okay.
we lived in Rocky Ford, and it was like an 18-minute drive or something.
The
so-
Milleneers, baby.
That's right.
Okay.
You got between the Melineers and the Beat Diggers is probably the
Oh,
two
that's the name of the
coolest.
team.
That's the high school.
Rocky Ford Melineers.
Melineers. Oh, I was thinking
You-
like melon ears.
No.
You never heard of like Rocky Ford cantaloupes or watermelon?
Yes, of
World
course.
famous. Yeah.
Yeah,
They're-
but
that's
I
their
didn't-
mascot.
the
They're the
Melineers.
Melineers.
Yep.
Literally a watermelon guy like
Are
in
you
a suit.
serious? That's
dead
their
serious.
mascot?
Yeah. Well, we got the Beat Diggers
Yeah.
and the Melineers.
Yeah. We have to beat. Come on.
What do you got to say for that?
They're originals.
Oh yeah. There's two Beat Diggers.
No kidding.
There's one in Utah. Yeah. There's actually a Utah team called the Beat Diggers now. Yeah.
Wow.
I think they're a much bigger school because I'd say we play them, but apparently we
mascot?
can't win one. So
Yeah, you
I
can't.
hate you so much.
Go for it, Morgan. Go Mustangs. Anyway, Ty.
So, my first head coaching job, first year I was down there, they're 1A, and I think they had 18 kids out for 11-man football. And I was lucky, good connections, and had about most of the boys in that school out for football. And that second year, they hadn't been in the playoffs in like forever. And my second year, we're rolling and undefeated, beat Burlington. We play Lyman for the league championship, and if you don't know anything, Lyman is the most storied high school program in the state. They have
Really?
more state champion, just the whole 9 yards, and
For their size.
for
Okay.
1A, yeah.
Plus-
And
I'm sorry.
no, go ahead.
That prison down there. There's a lot of people who bring their kids down from the big city, right? That go to linemen, I believe.
Yeah, they
That's-
get a few kids that
Yeah.
show up kind of surprises.
Right,
And-
Okay.
But so it's like the town's going bonkers and biggest game in forever and all this stuff. And they come down to our place and, I'm crazy nervous. Like, second year, this is the biggest game I've ever coached in
Sure.
and all this stuff. And before every game, you meet the refs and they just, make sure you're legally equipped and just who your captains and anything you want us to know and blah, 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 and all this stuff. And I'm standing there and we're almost done. And I look over and I had this kid, Corey, and a great kid, big, good, like best looking kid we had, like 6'2", 6'3", played D end and tight end for us. And I looked at him, and Corey was one of those kids who played on the edge all the time, like little late, like to hit people around piles,
Yeah.
probably had about 5 personal fouls already. And something we were working on, and I don't know why I did this. I don't know where it came from. I think I was so damn nervous, but the refs are about to leave, and I just go, hey, you see number 26 there? They're like, yeah. I go, he's pretty much completely deaf. He's a really good kid and a really good player, but sometimes he doesn't hear the whistle, and
gosh.
he can be late. And to this day, I have no idea where it came from, why I said that. And it's great. So the game goes. We are tied at halftime. I don't really notice anything weird happening with the kid or anything, and I'm just into it, and we'll call plays, doing my thing, trying to get us to win, and comes down to the end, and we're up by 1, and Lyman lines up to kick a field goal, and we have this kid who played corner for us, and he's like slow as molasses. I never thought he'd play for us, and the holder bobbles the hold, and he blocks the field goal, and we win the game. And
Nice.
the town goes nuts. They rush on the field, all this, and we're going through all this stuff for like 30 minutes, and all this.
Celebrating.
And I saw Corey. This has got to be like an hour after the game, and he looked kind of funny, and I'll go give him a hug, and I talk to him, and I'm like, what's up, man? What's wrong? Like, you got to be on cloud 9. And,
Right.
and he goes, yeah, this is awesome, but Coach, it was the damnedest thing. Like, after every play, the refs would like run in and be like, good job, 26. Good play, buddy. Play's over. The play's over. Good job. And I was
That's
like,
awesome.
oh, that's so weird, Corey. Like, and to this day, I
You
never told him. He, after our state championship game in Fort Morgan, actually, him and 2 other kids from Crowley. I'm standing there, and this is like an hour after the game. And I look over, and there were 3 kids from Crowley County that I coached,
'Cause
and
you played-
he was one of them.
You
They had
played in
waited.
Pueblo. Oh, sorry.
No, they just went to the game because
Right.
Ordway is about an hour
But
from
the
Pueblo.
game was
Yeah.
in Pueblo.
Yeah.
Yes.
So it was really cool. I didn't know they were gonna be there, but he was one of the kids. I should have told him the dang story,
Carol,
right?
I'm happy to see you.
Yeah,
I hope Corey watches this podcast.
right. Like,
Corey, you took one from the team and you didn't even know it.
not something I'm
That's a real player.
super proud of, but
They all take his helmet off and like talk in his ear.
I think I was kind of nervous. It was not premeditated at
Were you
all. I was just
thinking-
looking at him, and I was like, "Hey, by the way, 26 is almost completely deaf."
Ty, if that's a true story, it's the most genius thing I've ever heard on a football field, dude.
Love it, don't you?
I do love it.
I know. That sounds like someone would be right up your alley.
And I like the fact that they're talking really loud to Corey. He's like, why the hell are you yelling at me? Like, what's going
They
on?
kept grabbing me, and they were like yelling in my face, "Great job, 26."
Oh my God. Were you just nervous like he was just not going to listen? So you're going to head it off?
Yeah, I guess I was just thinking, Oh, we don't. This is a big game. I don't need another 15-yard penalty for a late hit by Corey.
It's a big game. He's hyped up. He's excited. His adrenaline's going.
He's deaf.
He's deaf.
Now, to be fair, I didn't say. I said he's almost
Yes.
deaf. I didn't go full.
And he
deaf.
can't wear his ear things under his helmet.
I
so.
wish at the end of the game they would have been like, and a special call out for Corey.
I love it. I kind of hope it's true too. Like so far, I want them both to be true.
Well, I want that one to be true because it really is genius. That is when you got a player who's just kind of a dick. You're like, this is how we correct the situation, Corey. You have this coming, Corey. You made me do this.
Not my fault.
That's funny.
Some Tourette's maybe too. Like I don't know. What does he need to have? That's what he has.
Did you ever watch Akron play when they were dominant like that?
I did.
That single wing offense they ran?
I know that they're really famous for that,
Yeah.
but I never got a chance to watch Akron play.
I had a friend who had a kid to play down there, and I wanted to go watch this off. I'll explain to you later. It was the craziest offense, and nobody could figure it out, but they played linemen all the time. That was a big rivalry, was the Akron
Yes.
linemen. So, yeah, they're both tough teams.
So is one like Waldona? Is
Wiggins.
that right? Wiggins.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
Waldona's like 8-man, 6-man, something like
Yeah.
that.
Okay.
I actually think Crowley County's 8-man now.
Yeah.
We were
Is it?
like 5 kids away from being 8-man when I was
Right.
there. So it's
Nobody
a small
get hurt.
school. We had like 140 some odd kids in the school.
And then you come to Fort Morgan.
And then I came to
Well
Fort
played.
Morgan,
Yeah. It's
Well
not-
played.
It's Highway 50, right? Is that what's on Crowley?
What's from? My mom is gonna kill me. My mom's from Rocky Ford.
Oh,
I've been on
jeez.
that highway a million times.
That's
Yeah,
Highway
it's 50.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. Your mom's from Rocky Ford.
Yes.
All right. I have 2 good friends, Alicia and Bob Nedick. What's up, Alicia? What's up, Bob? And they're from Rocky Ford, the Millionaires. They
Cool.
told me that, I think it's Bob's senior year, in basketball, they had the state championship game that they lost on a full court shot.
Oh my goodness.
Like the kid from the team launched it full court and hit it, and that's how they lost this.
Are you serious?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah. They
that
told
is
me that story.
heartbreaking.
Well, that's kind of fair. I mean, like,
well,
that's
not-
a good way to win it or to lose it too. You know what I mean? Like, that's a pretty good shot.
That hurts, dude. That's because that's 100% luck. That's all that is. So.
Yeah, but like for the other team,
Right.
you got to respect that.
And they have like the Melon Dome right down there or something, right?
That's
like
a cool gym.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
is,
So, Rocky Ford.
Looks like a cantaloupe or a
It
watermelon,
is kind
does
of.
it?
It is kind of.
Yeah, yeah. It's a cool gym. So, all right.
Good stories.
Yeah, dude.
What do you think? You want that? to
That's
be-
genius. I'm gonna be sad if that's not true. So
Okay, I'll
I'm
get
gonna be
ready
bummed
for
out.
you
So,
to cry.
is it true?
I don't know. I feel like it might be. Yeah.
We got one left.
Okay. Take us home, Ty.
I got to go.
I gotta go. Okay, so this is going back. This is the oldest story here, football related. We all have our buddies who are, the crazy ones, and I had a lot of them. I guess I'll be honest here, but my craziest buddy, of course, was the chief of police's son.
Oh, of course.
That's how it works. Yeah.
Yeah, Joey was something very, very special. But I played in high school. I played center and outside linebacker, and Joey, my senior year, was our right guard. And then my buddy Cooper was our right tackle. He was actually the coach at Erie. And very lucky my senior year, like I was talking about, we were very, very good. And it was like week 3. We were playing Grandview, which was a new school, and Grandview is a huge school. It's one of the biggest schools in our state, and they were 5A and we were 4A. They were undefeated. We were undefeated. They were like ranked, I don't know, like 6 and 5A, and I think we were number 1 in 4A. And it was like the game of the week in the state and stuff. And,
Right.
It's like the first quarter, and it was really, really hot. And my dad and all our coaches were on us, like we always are, about being hydrated. And
Yeah.
Joey was super hydrated. And we're in the huddle, and he kept saying, he's like, oh my God, I have to go to the bathroom so bad, so bad. And honestly, usually when you're playing, I don't know, your body must, like, that doesn't really happen very
Right.
often, in the
Right.
middle of,
You can like.
and he
tune
just
it out.
kept, like, we're on this long drive, and we're in the huddle, and I was like, Joey, dude, we're about to score to go up on this team, and
Right,
I'm
right.
like, dude, don't worry about it, just like, whatever, like, I was like tired of hearing about it, right? So we run a play, come back to the huddle, and Joey comes back to the huddle, and he's just like, that's Joey's little grin. And I'm like, what? What the hell is so funny right now? He's, I'm Mr. Serious all the time on the field, and he was kind of like that anyway. And he goes, oh man, I pancaked my guy, and I was laying on him, and I just went. And I was like, what?
He gave him a golden shower.
Yes. And I looked at him, I was just like, what? So play comes in, and we go again, and, game goes on, and I kind of had forgot about it. And, after the game, I was like, Joey, what the? He's like, dude, I had to go so bad. And I was just laying on him, and I was like, oh, buddy. So, that would be one thing, for it to happen one time.
Yeah.
Right.
So, this might help you understand Joey just a little bit better, but kind of became his thing.
Stop.
So this is week 3, and we were lucky enough, like I said, we 14 games made to the state championship, and Joey would drink as much water as he possibly could.
Now he's doing it on purpose.
He had this thing where he would wait till he pancaked his first guy, and whenever he pancaked, if he could, he would
Mark his territory.
He would go on the guy and just come back giggling, just like full on. And I remember twice because we were blue and white, and
were your pants white?
Oh,
so he's
white
got
pants,
yellow
blue,
pea stains in his pants.
Oh, I guarantee. I mean, yeah, Joey. Yeah.
See,
but I remember 2 games 100%. Just we're in a huddle, and I'm like Cooper, and we're looking at Joey, and the whole world could see, and Joey did not know. Did not. He thought it was the greatest thing he had ever done.
So for somebody like me, what is pancake a guy? I gotta get a visual.
Okay. So when you're blocking someone, basically the end goal is, if you really want to dominate someone, not just driving them and blocking them, but if you actually get that leverage and you put them on their back,
right,
and you're laying on top. So my group, we were crazy competitive. And,
so he's straight up just peeing on people.
He's laying on top of dudes
on him and
peeing.
There was actually a Denver Bronco notorious for that as well. Mark Schlereth, right? Or was it Tom Nalen? It was one of them.
I don't know, but
he wouldn't golden shower him. If he had to go, he said screw it, and he just pissed himself.
He did. He would.
Yeah.
You're right.
It was Schlereth, right?
You're right. I don't, like you said, I don't think he intentionally peed on anyone,
Oh
but if he had to go that bad in a game, he just
I just picture these grown men, boys, whatever, just being so chafed. By the time you mix the two together.
Hey, that's a real thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Especially early in the year when it's hot, football,
Yes.
And
let
that's a real
alone if
thing.
you pee. Come on, you got some real problems.
Listen, Dencia, are you going to want to go against a guy who's covered in urine? No. It's genius. It's genius. It's genius.
It is genius.
What's up, by the way, Joey? I hope this is true, you sick bastard. No, that's why
Joey's got some real different quirks right now in his adulthood that we don't even want to talk about.
That's why beat diggers wear yellow pants. Right? But
any guesses on what Joey's doing nowadays?
Oh, please tell me he's a plumber.
He's a police officer.
Oh, God. A police officer? Yeah. No, I was going to say something way more thinking, run some sort of candid cam or something that.
I just see a bunch of guys handcuffed on the curb as they're talking, and they're like, what officer, what are you doing? What are you doing? He's like this. Bear the mark of Joey.
Right? Dominance.
What did the coach
I'm imposing
say?
my dominance.
Yeah, it's like a dog.
My dad? Oh, my God. We never told him this story for years later. My dad would have been horrified.
So then you finally tell your dad. So then you finally tell him, he's like, "Are you kidding me?"
Oh, you got to understand, Joey. We had geometry with my dad one time, and this was a basic geometry class. I don't want to put myself in a level of math hierarchy here, but I was in a basic geometry class with my dad and Joey, and my dad was so frustrated with us, one day, and he's like, I'm doing everything. I'm working. I got everything for you guys. He's like, what more do you want me to do? Like, who else would you rather have teaching you this, right? And Joey goes, my dad, he goes, Britney Spears. Like, that's Joey.
He's got a
like,
Spicoli vibe.
yeah, a little bit, yes.
Such a dated reference, by the
Right,
way.
I know it is, but you know Spicoli, right?
Oh, yeah, Fast Times at Ridgemont High.
Yes, exactly. Doesn't that sound like something Spicoli would say?
What are you people on dope? It's a great movie. It's a great movie. Well, I hope. You know what? You've done a good job, Ty.
No, I really am struggling.
But you know what? I hate to say the whole peon thing. I don't think that's uncommon in football. I think that
Really?
those pads are not easy to take off. I mean, once they're on, it's.
There's some things happen.
What about
Grabbing.
pooping? That would be another level.
I mean, that's probably too far.
I'm not gonna tell that story. I told you that I can't. Yeah. My poor wife has to live here. My mom and dad.
Larry, what did we say about that? Everybody's got them.
Everybody's got shit stories,
Right.
man. Everybody's got, but I would like to think there's somebody that played against Joey that wanted to up the score, up the ante, like just waiting to pancake Joey, because man, they're gonna be like,
Why is this man backing up to do it?
why is he backing that ass up like he's on a dance floor? What are you doing, man?
Oh, mercy.
Oh, you wait and see.
Son of a bitch.
I did always wonder if anybody like knew that was
No, so
happening
nobody
to
ever
them.
said anything.
Oh.
Not really. I mean, some of the grabbing that goes on and
Yeah.
that usually gets called out, and
Yeah.
you're like, "Well, what are you talking about?" And
Yeah.
that kind of stuff. But I've always wondered if anybody, like
Straight
after
up
the
being
game,
like, pissed
was
on
like,
me.
"I smell like piss." Like, I don't remember peeing. Like,
Yeah,
why do
but-
I smell like piss?
You're a grown man. You don't want a golden shower from another grown man. You're not gonna tell anybody like.
Right?
You go back to the huddle and be like,
You're right.
Do you take that one to the grave?
yo, yeah, dude. I mean, you're like, by the way, guys, number 37, he peed on me. He peed on me. It's like, come on, man.
Good Lord.
That's hilarious.
Eat your
Oh,
pride.
joy.
All right, so
Those are good. I don't even know. What are you thinking?
I-
Do you have one?
yes,
You do?
barely, but yes.
I really hope you have to go first. What if we just skip rock, paper, and scissors this
What?
time and you go first?
How about we just do rock paper scissors? Now, you probably listened to the last episode. How do you rock paper scissors? Do you do the boom boom then show, or the rock paper scissors shoot?
Oh my goodness.
I
I was
know.
thinking of this watching you guys, and
Yeah.
doesn't everybody, like, you have to do it yourself to figure it out?
You do.
You're a
Rock,
full
paper,
pumper.
scissors,
Okay.
shoot. That's the right
Rock-
way.
Yeah. See, but like
I make my students shoot from the hip.
Oh.
I make them go 1, 2, 3, shoot.
Shoot.
Really?
Yeah.
Let's do it.
1, 2, 3, shoot?
Yeah.
Okay.
Try it.
I'm right-handed. Hold on. All right.
Okay.
Ready? 1, 2, 3, shoot. Damn it.
Yes.
I hate that way.
Yes. That's a good way. We might have to start doing that more often.
All right. So we got 3 great stories. I got to go. Respect the forehead, and I can't hear you. Now, I'm gonna start off by saying I can't hear you. I don't know if that's true, but I want it to be true in a way that I'm gonna say that's a true story, because that's genius if it is. And I hope that there's coaches out there that listen to this and be like writing that down. Be
Damn
like,
it! I
"That's
never thought about that.
genius."
It didn't come from me, though.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
not
Yeah, but-
getting around that Davies. Joe Davies says all this dirty
Yeah,
players are part deaf.
You'll
so,
never be able to live it down.
Yeah. Next time. By the way, Coach, next time you play Fort Morgan, none of those kids have
They
special
all can
needs.
hear.
None of them have special needs. Davies is full of shit. But I hope that's true. That's an awesome story. I got to go. That I think that's a true story as well. It's a funny story. The way you just told it, you grinned, and that's stuff that happens. You know what I mean? I've never been peed on a football field, but if I did, I'd probably keep it to myself.
That's stuff that happens.
Oh man!
Great.
And like you said, the grabbing and the thumb and Denzi, it gets
This is
ugly.
why I don't play.
It's not good, especially for your linemen. You know,
Yes.
in the trenches. So
In the mix.
respect the forehead. Although I do think that might be a little true. I think he said it was partially true. I think you might have met Peyton or seen him in a airport, but I don't know if your wife would have disrespected the Peyton, the old clan. So, because the Mannings, the force is strong with them. So I'm going to go with respect the forehead as
You
my
are.
Bullhucker.
Interesting pick. Okay. Well, I actually think respect the forehead is true. I feel like
Audra's a monster. Go ahead and
Audra's
say
a
it.
monster.
Go ahead and say it.
She's like, we hate them. We hate the whole family. Any of them we don't like. Yes. And I feel like I gotta go as true. Just because you guys are like really diving into like how it happens, all this weird shit goes on when you're playing football. I would have originally said this is not true because it's fucking weird. But if you guys are like, no, this happens, I'm like, okay, I gotta go with it. I hate it. It sounds stinky and sweaty and pee, but I'm gonna go with it. I'm gonna go with I can't hear. And the only reason why I have to be honest with you, I don't even know why. Just because I feel like they're all a little bit more true, and I can't even put my finger on why I feel like I can't hear, is it? But I'm just going with it. I'm going with I can't hear.
All right.
You just don't believe I would do something like that, do you?
Maybe
You have a little bit of faith in me.
Yes,
Thank you so much.
Don't make that my opinion of you come down less, okay? Like, pee on all the other football players. Just don't say somebody's deaf.
It's genius, man. I hope it's true. So I'm going to go with Respect the Forehead. You're going to go with I Can't Hear You.
Ty.
Let's see that, man. I can't hear you.
I knew it. Good. So my thinking is correct. You wouldn't do that.
I don't sleep well tonight.
Yeah, because you love it. You want it to happen.
What part of it's not true?
Well, I kind of feel like I'm unfair a little bit here, right? Because this is a true story, but it wasn't me.
It's borrowed. Okay.
I hope he doesn't listen to this, but
Yeah.
it's my dad.
Oh,
I have a lot of unbelievable, awesome stories of my dad and his 30 plus years of coaching. But in like 95, my dad kicked like 15 kids off the team because they were not great people.
Right.
And they went 1-9. And the next year, they went to the semifinals. And that next year they went to the semifinals. They were the 16th seed, the last team in the playoffs, and they played the number 1 seed, Pueblo Central, in Pueblo.
oh my
And
God.
Pueblo Central's tailback went to Northwestern to play. He's like legit D1. They had no business winning, and they won.
Wow.
But same scenario, and my dad swears to this day, he was just standing there, and he had a kid just like I explained.
Yes.
Who was a little bit on the edge, and he said, I don't know why, but I just...
So it was the same
came
thing.
out.
It just came out.
Yeah,
correct.
he said,
So you got your wish a little bit. It's true.
It is true. That's cool.
Yeah.
Your dad's a genius. Tell him I said so.
I don't know about that. He's probably going to be pretty embarrassed.
And also, if you ever get in that situation, use it. Yeah, do it.
Pueblo Central, huh?
Yes.
I'm from Pueblo originally.
Cool.
Yeah. My
It's
dad.
crazy how it cycles, you know,
He
who's
doesn't
good
look
and
that
who's
ghetto,
not.
does he?
Central and
Yeah.
Centennial been
Centennial.
struggling a little bit lately, but
Yeah.
they used to be really good back in the day.
My dad was across the street from Central. It's Keating and Central. Yeah.
Cool.
Actually, they have this side of the Mississippi, the largest high school rivalry in Pueblo. It's the
Longest.
Central longest running.
Really?
It's the Bell game.
Bell game.
They have a big it's a Civil War bell.
Yeah, they've been playing for what, over 100?
It's over 100 years. My brother on his letter jacket, I think, had 103, and he graduated in around 2002, 2003. So it's gone. It's in the 110.
That's so cool.
So when I first moved to Pueblo, I didn't understand. As I was going out one day, everybody's painted red and blue. You know what I mean? It's either red for Centennial, blue for the Wildcats, Central. And I was like, what's with all the face painting? And they're like, it's the Bell game. I'm like, well, that doesn't clear shit up. What's with the, you know, and give them hell, it's our bell. And it's a big thing, right? Like,
It's 10,000 people at the
Yeah.
game.
What?
like if you're a football player, like all students get a ticket, I believe. Or yeah, if you go to one of those schools, if you're a player, your parents get tickets. That's it. Like you get a pair of tickets. Like grandma and grandpa can't come. It's because it's so
it's
popular in
insane.
Pueblo.
Oh my gosh.
Even if the teams aren't good, it doesn't matter.
They hate
It's
each other.
crazy.
And like, I'm assuming whoever wins gets to ring the bell. Is that what it is?
They get to keep the bell.
Oh.
When you walk into their lobby of their school, that's the first thing you see is
That's
that
pretty
damn
cool.
bell. Yeah, no, it's cool. And then they tried another one like South and East do the cannon game. It's not as big. They try to come off with it, but
So is it kind of like when Fort Morgan goes against Brush?
Yeah.
Like just.
But
Yeah.
it would be cool, but on a way bigger level. I mean, People get passionate against the Fort Morgan brush game and joking, but I mean down there it gets.
Oh, high school sports in Pueblo are legit. It's,
Really?
Oh, big time.
They'll scrap in that parking lot. It's a
yeah.
fight. It's nuts, dude.
Because they're so passionate about it.
Well, I mean, because there's so many people from the alma mater that are there for every school. I mean, it's like I said, that's a hot ticket in town. So
Wow.
it's actually like on TV. It's
It's cool.
Well, there's something about a sense about like pride when your town, your team, or whatever that it does well, and you want them to see that.
right. And yeah, there's so much shit.
So in
that gets torn up
Pueblo,
on
do
that
they
game.
shank people when that happens?
It's Pueblo. It's dude. Let me tell you a
She
quick.
said shank.
It's an accurate word. I was just in Pueblo this weekend with my family. It was
Oh, I wondered,
them.
yeah?
Yeah,
Okay.
and I always thought about that. Way when I retire, going back to Pueblo because that's where my brothers and sisters are and all that stuff. And I thought Pueblo's not too bad. So Monday morning, I wake up at the hotel to come back home, and I walk out to my truck, and the gas cap's open, and it's someone siphoned gas out of my truck, and I'm like, oh, I almost forgot, Pueblo, you're a shithole. You almost fooled me. You almost fooled me, Pueblo. But then you reminded me when I was leaving. So then I'm just like, well, hopefully they left me enough gas. And the thug who robbed me was like, quarter of a tank, but I mean, I'm not a monster, you know.
We know what side of town he's on.
They left you a quarter?
Yeah, well, half a tank. So, but they took enough. I mean, you know, they took a little, like the mob. They took a taste. So yeah,
That's
Oh
funny.
my
And
God.
I walked in the hotel. I'm like, do you have cameras out there? And they're like, no. What happened? What got stolen? I'm like, well, nothing this time, shockingly. But and I told her, she's like, oh, they do that here. Like it's like, duh. Like, oh, did you? In your room, there's a flyer. You know, like, yeah. So don't fill up before you come
Joke's
here.
on you.
Yeah. So Pueblo.
Good thing gas is cheap, Larry. Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway.
Wow, those are great stories, Ty. Thank you for coming on.
Oh, thank you guys. That was
Appreciate it.
lots of fun. Thank you.
It is.
I had to ask you real quick from the state championship team. How many kids are coming back this year? Was it a big senior class?
Yeah, huge senior class.
Oh, that sucks. That's
Yeah.
tough.
It's all good. New challenge. Time for some youngins to step up in the
Yeah.
next few years.
Big
So,
shoes.
yeah.
You got a lot of talent going on?
Yeah, a lot
Good.
of young talent. And, yeah. I'm excited. I think we'll have some growing pains next year for sure.
Sure.
But honestly, I think we can still be really good next year, and the years after that, I think we can be really good again too.
Good.
You should pull like, when you have siblings and your older siblings do something really good and you're the younger one to be like, I wish you were your big brother. Like, if only you guys were as good as that class.
So we're going to have to figure out when that game is, and you and I are going to go watch that game together. The Brush Fort Morgan game. And if you guys are kicking Brush's ass, I'm going to be like, I have to go to the bathroom, and then I'm going to leave. Like I'm dodging the check. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a bad date. I'm like, I got to
It is a date.
We're gonna
It
go.
is.
We're gonna
Okay,
go.
you mark our words.
Good.
Sit by each other, opposing shirts.
Always a good game.
And the loser has to wear the other shirt and take pictures.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I'll buy you all the
okay.
beat digger gear you can handle,
I will
sister.
buy you all the Fort Morgan Mustang gear. And even one of these shirts, you have to wear it
Well,
to all the beat digger games.
no offense, but when Brush kicks their ass,
Okay, Larry. Okay. Who's going to pee on who?
I hope they. Oh, yeah. Well, we're going
To be continued.
to be continued.
Okay.
So, anyway, Ty, thank you so much,
Thank
man.
you.
This was
Thank
fun.
you, guys.
It
Yeah,
was-
thank you.
Did you have a good time?
It was awesome.
Yeah, great,
Good.
man.
So much fun.
Yeah,
It is fun.
It is fun, and thank you for coming on, Dance.
My
This
pleasure.
is as nice as we're gonna get, right?
This is as nice as we get when we talk about sports and Fort
I
Morgan and
appreciate
Rush.
you helping with the podcast.
I told him, I was like, dude, I have to have you on. You've won this championship. My friend talks way too much shit. Let's shoot him down.
Yeah,
Pew pew.
we had Lance on. He's retiring from coaching, so
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good for him.
Yeah.
You know-
what a good dude.
Yeah,
I was
great dude.
disappointed a little bit. I graduated with Lance. He was a year younger. And when he became a beat digger, it was like, really, Lance?
He's been at Brush
No
a long
offense.
time.
You gotta do
though.
what you gotta do.
He's been
He
the red
has
guy
been.
for a long time. Yeah, he wants to spend more time with his kids, so that's very
That's fair.
admirable.
That's fair.
That's very cool. So, anay, thanks again for
All
coming
right.
on, my man.
Yeah, thank
Yep,
you guys.
Thank you.
I'm Moose Lundstrom.
And I'm Densey Kudrin.
See you next time. Peace. That was good, man.